Today there's a few things going on. I need to get the ewes and the rams started on a little bit of supplement. Here comes one of the rams in here with me now. It's getting close to breeding time, so I want to make sure that they're in good shape and that they're ready to go. I have an update on the solar project / experiment that I did. I need to do some pasture evaluation. If there's time, I'd like to weigh the feeder lambs to see when they might be ready to take in for processing. I still haven't got a date on them, so I need to get that done. Plus, I need to get the yard mowed. I'd like to get some waters cleaned out. And probably the most important job is a little project for my wife. And I guess with a list like that, I'd probably better get started. Here she. I've got that fan running for the rams. They've learned to come in there in the stall in the shade a little bit. Got a fan blowing on them. The reason is it's so hot. It's up in the mid to upper 90s for the next several days. And it's only going to be a few more weeks, maybe a couple of weeks, until I put the rams in with the ewes. And if they get too hot, they can become sterile, at least temporarily, and it can take them several weeks to recover. So I want to do what I can to make sure that they remain healthy and ready to go and do their job. So that's why I'm working in the heat and they're sitting in the shade with a fan. Got a little bit of a woodworking project to do. It's not much, just make a couple little simple shelf stand unit things. My wife and my daughter make goat milk soap and things like that, and they're setting up at another store to start selling their stuff. So they just needed me to make them a little shelf to put some of their stuff on. Just one of the things I get into. And 7/8. That takes care of the shells. But before I do that, let's clean up this 2x4. Well, since I broke the belts on my other sander, I forgot I had this. Let's give it a try. Well, better do it by hand. Since these shelves aren't really going to have any bracing under them, I like to put some wood glue on there. So once the screws will pull it down, and then the wood glue will keep it solid. Well, these little shelf things that I made, as far as I'm concerned, they didn't turn out too bad. This one is just I think it's a 2x10, a couple of 2x4s screwed on there. Now, the purpose of these little shelf units that I made 3 of them. They're different lengths, different widths. If you saw what I was doing, it's just kind of from some scrap lumber and building them on the back end of the Ranger here. So certainly nothing fancy, but I think it's going to work out well for them. My wife and daughter make soaps and lotions and candles and several things like that. And they're setting up at a store that's probably 20, 30 miles away from here. And they're going to have their stuff there. They also sell it online. They sell it at a lot of festivals and things like that. So I'm going to leave a link in the description to their website. If you'd like to check them out, I'd appreciate it. They make all that stuff right here. They do it all by hand. It's not a matter of them buying stuff and repackaging. They actually cook the stuff and make it. They buy the goat milk from a local source here, a local little farm that sells some goat milk. I don't have time to milk a goat, and to be honest, they don't either. So appreciate you checking them out. Get the other one. You gotta get the other gate. All right, put it in. There you go. That'll work. Good job. Well, it's getting close to breeding season, and we need to use up in good shape before we put the rams in with them. So today, I'm going to give them some protein tubs. Here's my helper today. These are Kalmbach feed tubs. I think these are like 125-pound tubs. They are a 15% protein. I really like these tubs, these licks. These work really well. I've used them the last couple of years. Instead of putting corn or things like that, I can just put these out here, let them have what they want of it, and they work out pretty good. So let's put these tubs out, start getting these ewes up in good shape, have them ready to breed here in a couple of weeks. Probably 2 weeks. We'll be putting a ram in here with them. Now these are just a molasses-based feed tub. The sheep usually work on them pretty good. Let's see if they'll come over here and give it a try. Elijah, come over here out of the way, see if the sheep will come over here. Figure out what this thing is. They like it, don't they? Hmm?
Papa.
What?
But what is it, Papa?
Well, it's just some extra feed for them. It's kind of like, to them it tastes sort of like candy.
Oh. Oh, they're all full now.
Now these two boys over here, these are the breeding rams I'm going to use this year. So we've got another tub I'm going to put out here for them. Make sure they're in good shape when we get ready to start this breeding cycle too. I'm going to do a little bit of a change of plans. The rams have been running out here on this millet, and it's about played out. It's about done. A lot of it's going to seed. There's still quite a bit in there to be eaten, but it's time to finish it off. So I think I'm gonna go back and open that gate up, and I'll let the ewes out in here for this. And the rams, I'll probably just keep them in this lot and feed them some good hay. That way I can keep the rams up here, keep a good eye on them. They've got access to water. I'll get them some good hay. I'll put the feed tub out here for them. Yeah, it's the same stuff. You gonna open the gate for me? Go all the way with it. Now we need to ride around here and do a pasture check. Just see how much grass is left in this field in case I need to move them. Looks like it's getting pretty short. I'm my chauffeur driving. Let's just go straight that way. Drive all the way around the field, up to the fence and go that way.
Papa, you're going to the one going slow.
Why are you going slow?
So I like, if I go fast, I'll like just crash into the
You'll
fence.
crash into the fence? Yeah. Let's turn, there you go. Now for the solar project update. Several of you suggested that I check this inline fuse, and that was a good suggestion. What I didn't show in the last video is I actually had checked that fuse and it was good, but that's a good starting point for sure. What I'm having, I don't know if this is going to show right now. This thing's showing 0 volts and 9.4 amps. It's not very sunny out today, so I really don't think that's right. This battery is fully charged because I charged it on a 120 volt charger, yet it's showing 25% charge. This just really doesn't make sense with 0 volts and 9.4 amps. And I was mistaken, and I probably led all of you all astray too when I said in the last video that this was reading like 14 volts from the solar panel. That was not accurate. This voltage reading is from the battery. This thing only comes on when you plug it into the solar, but the voltage reading is actually the battery voltage. And what was happening is this thing was not reading the correct voltage. Therefore, it was saying the battery was fully charged when it wasn't, and that's why it was not allowing any amperage to pass. And as you can see, what it's saying now doesn't make sense either. 9.4 amps and 0 volts, that's not going to happen. Now, let me explain some things here just a little bit on this unit. This is let me read it, Alto Solar, ALLTO. I bought this off of Amazon. It's like $35. It's a 10 amp solar charger for 12 volt. I thought it'd be just about what I needed, and I really think it is. The problem is, like I say, it doesn't read the voltage right, so it doesn't do the amperage right. I contacted this company through email. They were very prompt at getting back to me. We emailed back and forth. We had really good communication with them. I got no complaints there. They wanted me to try a few different things. I ended up trying this on 2 different LiFePO batteries, the lithium type batteries. They were different brands. They were different size batteries. One was 100 amp hour, one was a 20 amp hour. It didn't work on either one. I tried it on a lead acid battery. It worked sometimes and sometimes not. I tried it with 2 different solar panels. It still didn't work right. And so they are sending me a new one. Although this one has not worked out, the company was very good at working with me, and there's supposed to be a new one in the mail. So we'll see how that goes. If it works, I'll certainly come back and let you guys know that for $35 and a handy portable charge controller, I'm hoping this is really going to be the ticket. Now for a little more permanent installation, something a little heavier duty, I have gone ahead and bought this charge controller. This is a 30 amp charge controller from Litime, I guess you say. Litime. All the reviews and everything on this one is good. I have hooked it up temporarily just to make sure it does work. It seems to work good. It's got Bluetooth capability and all kinds of things that I'm really not too concerned about. But I think for a more permanent installation, this is the way to go. If you want something a little more portable and temporary, assuming I'm going to get a good one of these, I think this is the way to go. So that's kind of where I'm at on my solar project. I've got 2 solar panels. I've got, well, now 2 different types of solar chargers. I've got inverters. I'm working on setting up some power boxes, a larger one, and then a smaller, more portable power box. The bigger one will have a inverter in it. So we'll just see how all that goes. Now I'm fixing these up because the smaller one I think will be handy, you know, just out and about. Like I said, my wife and daughter do the festivals and things like that with their soap, and sometimes they could use some electricity. A lot of the booths don't have electric available. Some of them you can get it, but you got to pay extra for it. And all they really need is make sure their iPad and that sort of stuff stays powered up, and they can get through the day with that. So I'm fixing up the smaller one kind of for that, and a bigger one that I hope will help out if we actually have a power outage, and also something I can put in the back of the Ranger here. And when I'm at the summer pasture or something and I need some electric tools, I'll be able to use them. So it's just something kind of to play with, something experiment with, see how it goes, and keeps me out of trouble mostly.
Alright, Papa. It's 100%. Alright, Papa, I can see you. Papa, the camera's at 90%. It's at 90%. Do I stop it? Wait, do I have to hit this? Did you turn it on, Papa?
Yeah.
The camera on? Did you turn it on?